Cooler. I am Sarah in Texas, and this is our place to chat all the latest reality TV gossip. And of course, our beloved Jeff Lewis and the Jeff Lewis After Show. Oh my gosh, I hope you're having an amazing Wednesday today. I got a lot done. I got my pre-check done, so I'm so thankful for that. Y'all, I was paying for the clear, which was like great, but it was like $169 a year. And I'm like, Doug, I love him giving us all the travel information. He kept talking about global entry, and I thought, I don't have any international trips, but I might as well do that. Well, no, it can take up to 11 months to get an appointment. So I just said, there's some app where you can pay. Thank y'all for letting me know, but some app where you can pay to get a quicker appointment, but I didn't want to do that. Regardless, I got clear or TSA Precheck today for $78 for 5 years. I'm going to be so happy not to take off my shoes and scoot through security even faster than normal. So hopefully that will work out well for me, because if you've been following me on Instagram the last 24 hours, you will know that y'all have talked me into YOLO. You only live once, right? I was offered this amazing opportunity yesterday. So a Jeff Lewis fan, listener, friend, chump, whatever you call him, had told me for a couple of months now that she and her husband are having one of those $10,000 dinners with Jeff and Shane in New York. So, she was always telling me the details, everything. So I knew everything. She was so excited for it. I was so excited for her. Yesterday, she says, look, I just got the information from them, and there's no limit to who we can invite, or there's not a whatever. So we would love to invite you. Oh my God. I looked at the date. I was like, oh, I just can't add another trip. It's in New York City. I love New York at Christmas. Y'all, the way y'all DM'd me and in the comments yesterday on our Instagram or on our live, I was like, y'all talked me into it. This is such an amazing opportunity. Yes, I've met Jeff. Yes, I've met Shane. I'm going to see them at the December 21st live show in LA. But there's nothing like having dinner with them and in New York City and getting to meet another Jeff Lewis friend and her husband, right? And I get to see all these other friends of mine in New York. Hopefully, I'm going to meet some people that I chat with all the time and meet them in New York. Zuba, I'm talking to you. Annette, I've met you already, but I hope to meet you or hope to see you again. So stay tuned for that exciting information. I cannot believe it. And thank you so much for y'all that are booking me for a cameo. It is so much fun to do them. But in my brain, y'all know how practical I am. And this flight is not cheap, y'all. It's last minute. It's New York. It's Christmas time, all the things. But, and I don't have enough points on Southwest. Ugh, right now, I've used them all. But anyways, in my brain, I'm using the cameo money to help pay for at least the airfare there. The hotel, I don't give a care. I can't stand paying extra for a hotel or for an airplane ticket. So in my brain, this is paying for that ticket. So thank you so much for booking me on Cameo. It's really fun. Use the website, www.cameo.com. I think it's / Jeff Lewis Obsessed. If not, there's links up everywhere, or send me an Instagram DM at Jeff Lewis Obsessed and I will give you the link for it. Thank you so much. I've had so much fun doing them. And y'all are just so sweet for being excited for me to go to this dinner. Like, I've never even heard of this fancy restaurant. I can't even imagine how fancy it's going to be, y'all. Y'all got to talk me into what I'm going to wear. First of all, it's going to be cold in New York. I can't stand being cold. Y'all know I got bunions, so I got to deal with walking around in bunions, but I need to look super nice and put together for Jeff and Shane and the two amazing guests that are giving me the opportunity to join them. I won't say their names. I'll just say M and S. Shout out M and S, okay? Anyway, if you don't need a cameo, can we donate to you? Oh my gosh. I don't know how to donate to me. That'd be weird. I'd rather do a cameo for you or for a friend. I even did a couple of the ones I did was for a husband, a sister, but some of them I've done for themselves. So just get a cameo for yourself. Anyways, I do have Venmo, all those things. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, that's weird. Anyways, y'all are so sweet. Maybe I'll figure out. I do have all the whatevers, Venmo, PayPal, all those things. Buy a badge. Yes, maybe y'all could buy a badge on Instagram or on TikTok. They've got rewards. But yes, that would be very sweet. That all goes to it. When I tell y'all, woo, okay, emotional Sarah. When I tell y'all how amazing it is that y'all are just as excited for me as I am for these amazing opportunities, that warms my heart more than anything. It really does, because y'all know how the lovers are, and there's so many people that are so mean to me online and like say I'm a stalker. And somebody, I guess yesterday in Reddit, said that I was lying about this invitation, and I'm like, first of all, I would never ever in my life lie about that. Thank you for the badge, Patrick. Oh my gosh, you're so sweet. um but I would never lie about something like that. So um, I wasn't going to go because I thought, I just can't get to New York. I can't add another trip on, because you will find out soon that I have even another trip coming up that I've been holding back from telling y'all because I don't even know. Thank you, Jen, for buying a badge. Y'all are so sweet. But I don't know. I haven't been able to tell y'all all the details yet because I will just keep it for a surprise. But y'all can probably figure it out based on a tiny bit of stuff. And I'll just say, my email came a long time ago and it did not go to spam. Let's just say that. So I've been getting ready for a very special trip. So, anyways, I will let y'all know. That is sooner, and then New York, and then to LA. Thank you, Morgan. Y'all are so sweet for buying badges. Back to LA, or to LA again for the December 21st Jeff Lewis live show. Oh my God. Okay, I've said too much already, but anyways, let's get on with shout out news. Thank y'all so much for being so excited for me. I share everything with y'all. Make sure to follow me on all the social media, especially Instagram. I just feel like Jeff Lewis Obsessed it's just easier for me to post on Instagram stories. I do try to post everywhere, but it just takes a lot of time whenever I'm gone somewhere and live somewhere. So anyways, yes, I see your comments. I see your comments. Oh my gosh. Yes, Jay Duffy. What a wonderful friend you have to invite you to this Jeff Lewis dinner. And I did talk to her on the phone. She's amazing. I am so excited to come. We could talk for hours. Let's just say that. Like, I feel like, I've always said meeting other Jeff Lewis listeners is just like meeting your people. I could tell in 2 seconds. Like, I've been DMing with her for such a long time, like a year almost, back and forth, but I'd never talked to her on the phone. And once I talked to her on the phone, heard her voice, heard her accent, I was just like, I have got to come to New York City to meet you. I thank you profusely, and your husband, Scott. I really can't thank you enough, because y'all know I'm cheap. If $10,000 dropped from the sky today, no offense, Jeff and Shane, but I probably wouldn't put it towards you. I'd probably put it towards my darn colleges that I have to pay for 5 kids, right? So anyways, oh my gosh, thank you. I think I see you. I see you. A girlfriend is on the live. I won't call out our Instagram, but that way y'all won't know who it is. Anywho, okay, let's get to shout out news today. We're going to chat a little bit about Andy Cohen, a little bit about my manifestation for Kathy Hilton and myself. And then we're going to get into today's Jeff Lewis and the after show. It was so good today. And yes, preview. Yes, this is Paige Davis's Christmas card that they were talking about on the show today. This is her 2023 card that I got. And I will show you that up close. I've showed y'all a few times, but I will definitely show you today. Okay, so on Andy Cohen Live, I was running some errands. Like I said, I got my TSA Precheck. That was like a 25-minute drive into Houston and back. So I was listening to Andy Cohen Live. He was talking about sharing his location with his friends. Like, I guess because, Ben and Lucy aren't old enough yet. We don't share locations, but we all have Life 360, so we can monitor where everyone's at. And I'm perfectly fine with that. But I don't have any friends that I share a location with. But it sounds kind of fun now, and I'm sort of into it. I sort of love that Andy wants to follow John Hill and see like where he's at. And I also sort of love, oh, wait, what? Did I say their names? No. What? I don't know what y'all are talking about. Y'all got me distracted. Sorry. He wants to share locations. I love that John Hill doesn't want to share locations with him, right? He's like, I'll do it for an hour. And Andy was like, well, I kind of know for the next hour you're at SiriusXM Studios, so it doesn't really, you know what I mean? Yes, only when we travel, Yvette says. Yes. You're giving yourself away, Yvette. So Yvette is a girlfriend of mine. Our husbands have worked together for a long time, over 20 years. We were at their wedding. They were in our wedding. We just went to BravoCon together. So she is amazing. Some of y'all even got to meet the amazing Yvette. So anyways, okay, but it was such a good show. Of course, he was raving about John Mayer and his Channel 14 show or channel on SiriusXM. My brain is so rattled. I am just, oh yeah, Sherry met her. I know a lot of you are probably on that met Yvette, and we all hung out till 5 a.m. at her hotel room with the Venetian. Oh my God, it was such a good time. Just, oh, I could talk about BravoCon forever. It was such a fun time, such a fun time. So thank you, Yvette, for joining with me for that. But it sounded like everyone he asked in the studio if they listened to the Channel 14 John Mayer SiriusXM show, they were like, no, we haven't listened to it. I'm like, is this thing gonna, like, they spent so much money on them, is it gonna like fail? I doubt it. Okay, what I'm manifesting. Who is watching Paris in Love season 2? Who watched season 1? Remind me in comments where it was on last year. Did I watch it on Peacock? I feel like I was paying for the Peacock app, and obviously I have it on the smart TV, but I was always watching on the app. I never really watched it much. Everyone said, oh, you need to watch it for the unedited reunions and stuff. And I'm like, it just, like, I don't need to hear their F words if that's all the difference was. You know what I mean? But so I finally canceled. I got a notification about a month or two ago that Peacock was going to $7.99 a month. And I'm like, I'm not paying that. So I deleted it. And now I feel like, right, Morgan, it was on Peacock. Okay, then I don't feel bad. I thought they did a little flippy flip like the Kardashians did, where for 20 years I watched them for free, which my DirecTV is not free, trust me, on the E channel. And then they said, oh, we're retiring. And all they did was bring it up on freaking Hulu, which is another thing I got to pay for, right? Somebody said they watched on YouTube. Okay, is season 2 of Paris in Love on YouTube for free though? Or does YouTube channel have a thing where you have to pay, right? Yeah, I feel like it makes it okay in my brain if it's free or if it's included on my DirecTV channels. I don't want to pay and keep up with another freaking app because I get confused on where it is to watch. Thank you, Lori, for buying a crown on TikTok. I appreciate it. It's going to help me get to New York City. Oh my God, y'all are so amazing. But actually, Paris in Love was really sweet. Even before Kathy Hilton, the queen, was following me on Instagram, even before she's popped into our Instagram lives with us before and comments, I love her. I am obsessed with how she raised these 4 kids. I've watched Paris's documentaries. It's fascinating to me. As a mom of 5 kids, and if you are moms and dads, or nieces and aunts and uncles, anything with kids, you understand how stressful it is. There's no guidebook, right? Nobody is telling us what to do for each kid, and every kid can be different. So I'm obsessed with how Kathy was raising these 4 kids. And apparently, Paris was kind of a wild teenager. She sent her away to this camp. What do they call those places? Anyways, it was crazy. So I think I'm going to have to buy Peacock and watch season 2 for sure. Because, of course, Kathy and Paris are on tonight's Watch What Happens Live Wednesday. So make sure you tune into that. They are always, I thought Kathy was kind of ditzy. Now I know she's very smart. It's very calculated. And I'm okay with it. I love that she's actually way smarter than she lets on. Like, I think she and Paris has talked about like that high pitched squeaky voice, that baby voice she has for years. Like when she used to hang out on, was it TMZ? Was TMZ even a thing? Whatever it was called, like Paris, no, what's his name? The very first like influencer dude. What is his name? He lives in Las Vegas now. He's a single gay man, lives with his mom, has kids. What's his name? It's like Paris is in it, the first to last name, right? It's some guy. Anyways, when he would follow Kim Kardashian and Paris and all of them on the nightlife and stuff. Yeah, what's his name though? Perez Hilton. Perez Hilton. Thank y'all so much. Sorry. Y'all know I get forgetful of things. Anyways, she says her voice was fake. That was like her fake thing when she was out in the public. She actually has a very deep voice. So if you've watched her documentaries, it's really good. But anyways, check out Paris in Love, because I do think I'm going to finally pay for Peacock again at $8 a month, I guess. And if someone buys me a couple of badges a month on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, very soon I will be monetized again. I got in trouble for 3 months. They blocked me for 3 months from making money on YouTube, which wasn't very nice of them. But anyways, they offer, I'll get paid on views, which is awesome. But they have like little stickers and things that you can buy there too. But that's not yet. I've been blocked for 3 months from that because I got in trouble, which was really ridiculous. But a lot of us creators, or whatever we call ourselves, podcasters, YouTubers, micro influencers, if you will, if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Anyways, YouTube will offer those kind of things too. Okay, but I am manifesting. I just heard Kathy Hilton hosted her annual amazing Christmas party, and so many people were there. I was not invited. I am manifesting a 2024 holiday party invitation from Kathy Hilton herself. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm just saying the coffee reading that I had from Paul and Patrick in Las Vegas during BravoCon has beyond come true. When I tell you the stuff that he knew about that had not yet happened, like today at 6 o'clock Central Time, I've got a big Zoom meeting about something that I would have never even thought of. Okay. And somebody came to me with this idea. So I don't know that it'll come to fruition. I'm still waiting on that big email reply from somebody. So keep manifesting all the big things for me. I really appreciate it. But, it really came true. And I'm not big into like psychics and coffee readings. I didn't know what to expect, but he was not lying. Everything big is happening. It's all happening as Sheena Shea says us, right? Oh, I love that Christmas says she's Chris. My friend has a reading on Wednesday. Every reading I've heard of has been so amazing. And when I tell you, Patrick and Poe, whether you do it virtually, whether you do it in person, they are really so kind. It really makes it even more fun, but it's really, really accurate. Oh my gosh. Oh, Sunny Meadow. Yes. Do we know if Kathy, I love your questions, by the way. We usually make time at the end. Do we know if Kathy Hilton and Candy Spelling are friends? For some reason, I can see them getting along. I think they are really good friends. I think they've talked about it. I want to say Josh Flagg told us about that, right? Anyways, okay. That is it. Now we're going to get into the show. Today, Kristen Takeman, who I've now met 3 different times. I met her for the first time. She was famous, and Paige Davis. She was famous from being on New York's Housewives, but now she lives in LA for quite a while, I think, with her 2 kids and her husband. She's married 19 years. She's still a big model out there in LA. I met her when I flew out for Amy Phillips and Chef Stu's Reality Bites event. She was at the evening one. Now I'm getting mixed up. Was it the brunch or the evening? I think she was at the brunch one, but I'm honestly forgetting, and she could have been at both. No, she was the famous person at the lunch one, the brunch, and then the evening one was Emily Simpson and Gina Kirschenheimer. Anyways, met her. She's beautiful. She's nice. She's so easy to talk to. Then I got to meet her at Jeff Lewis's pre-BravoCon party that he invited me to. Again, so nice. We took pictures together on the balcony. So amazing. And then I met her, I think it was Saturday or Sunday, just happened upon her in the VIP room at BravoCon, and we took a couple of pictures together. She is amazing. And I even chatted with her briefly on the phone today as she and Paige were walking to the Ivy. because I was chatting with Paige about something else, and Kristen was like, "Oh," because Kristen uses Annie Sharp also for her Instagram and her social media reels. So we kind of have that in common with who we use. So, anyways, shout out Annie. This is the infamous Christmas card. Can everyone see? I'm going to put it up high because I've got 3 different cameras I'm working with. This is one side. This is Paige Davis's 2023 Christmas card. One day she emailed me, before Christmas last year and said, "What's your email? What's your address?" And she mailed me this Christmas card. This is some high quality stuff. When I tell you, she didn't flake on anything, but it does. It says, "Feel free to display this holiday card in a prominent, visible place where any tall, successful man that may enter your home can see it." So if anyone knows an amazing person for our Paige Davis, I'm going to switch it around. I think I had it on the other one. And yes, I am going to switch this out and I'll put up a picture of Jeff, but I haven't done that yet. Yes, that was her 2022 card. Sorry, this is 2023. I'm getting my years mixed up, y'all. When does flipping out start again? Hollywood House Lift starts October 6th, next Wednesday. I assume during the day. I don't know if it'll come, these Amazon freebie app things, I think it could come out even at like midnight then technically, right? So I don't know. We'll probably be talking about it next week for sure. Wait, Krista. Sarah has a love of integrity. She even guards confidences that she could capitalize on when people ask her to hold onto information. I absolutely do. You know what? Because this hobby, this fan account that I had no idea would grow into something so big and amazing, right? And there's even bigger things on the horizon. And I'm just so thankful for our community. But I didn't start it to make money. I didn't even know how to make money on it. It was never my goal. I'm thankful that I have a husband that has an amazing career and can provide for our family of 7 on his one income, almost our entire marriage, right? I've been a stay-at-home full-time mom and wife. I did choose to work as an elementary teacher for 5 years, but then I started staying home again. But anyways, I say that to say there are ways you can make money on this, but I didn't start it for that intention. So I never have the stress of selling out or trying to get gossipy information. I mean, I definitely know things about people that are very close to their heart and very private, right? Just like we do with friends. So I would never share that information with anyone because I feel like if you don't tell anyone, then it can never get out. Because I do feel like some people you might confide in, and other people have told me this, and it just for the love of wanting to be that person that knows, they might share the information just because they're so excited. So my thoughts are, don't ever get offended if I don't tell you something, because it's not because I don't trust you. It's the fact of I can't, if I never, oh, thank you so much. Who is that? Lori, thank you for the garland on TikTok. That was beautiful, actually. Now I want one of those. It's flowers all over my head over on TikTok. My thoughts, if I don't share information, it can never get out, right? Because you never know when someone's going to accidentally slip something up. Anyways, speaking of slipping up, sort of, this is the wine. So I bought these 2 wines. I'm not a wine drinker at all. It's not signed by Jeff. They had a thing where if you bought these Jeff Lewis wines from the hideawaylow.com last year, someone won a 4-person wine tasting at the Hideaway Low. So I haven't been able to make it out to LA yet. I think they're in I forgot the name of the city they're in. They moved. But anyways, I haven't been able to make it out there, and I'm not really into drinking wine. I think I'll do it one day as a fun, like a prize or something. I don't know, something where, I invite 3 chumps to come with me that live in the area. Los Olivos. Is that where it's called? Did they move from that? I felt like they moved from that. Anyways, but I did win that last year. So I'm holding on to that certificate that I won. Co-host Luna. I hear trucks. It must have been a delivery. Okay, so Jeff on the show today, they did clear up the whole Paige Davis, whatever he and Carrie were like being kind of squirmy about the other day on the show. Jeff says, no, that was just because like I invite so many people. This is what I love about Jeff because a lot of y'all, whenever I talk to you on DM and I talk to you on the phone, you say, or in messages, you say, I am the female version, or I am the straight version. I'm the another gay version of Jeff Lewis. A lot of us really relate to Jeff. So another way that I relate to Jeff Lewis is I can't stand not knowing when to stop the invitation, whether it's my event or someone else's. I always want everyone included because I don't want to hurt feelings. But you also you don't, when somebody's a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend, it's like, where do you stop? Because I always feel like, oh, now that person's gonna know. Like, if I have a Friendsgiving, if I have a cookie decorating party, a girls' night out, a movie, I'm at dinner, I'm always like, just invite everyone. That way there's no hurt feelings. If someone you don't love shows up because they're a friend of a friend of a friend that you don't want to hurt their feelings by not inviting them, who cares? Like, say hi. Like, it's okay to say hi. It's not a problem. You know what I mean? So I understand that is now why Jeff and Carrie were making those weird kind of noises, because they didn't know. Carrie never even knew that Paige was invited because, she's like, it's my house. And I wasn't even told everyone that was invited. It was kind of weird. But they also are talking about they didn't get their invitation to the season 2 premiere party because I guess all these things are going to spam. But the good news about that means if all these celebrities and friends and family of Jeff Lewis, and obviously the stars of season 2, Anthony Anderson, Sarah Foster, oh my gosh, y'all, who are all the names? So many names. I think there's like 10, are there 10 different people? I can't even remember. But if they don't check their spam, or if they don't answer the phone call from Paul, right? Paul told me I was going to get a big phone call, which I did. If they don't answer Shane's phone call to confirm if they're RSVPing or not, he might have like 20 spots to invite some Jeff Lewis listeners. I do not know how that's going to play out. I don't know if that will be an email, if that will be a phone call to win something. I don't know. Yeah, Kate Bosworth is one, Regina King. Oh my God, there's so many. I can picture all of them in my brain. I just can't think of all their names right now. Anyways, so stay tuned for that. If there's ever a time, the event is in the evening, December 6th in Los Angeles. So if you can make it, and if he ends up having a thing where some listeners win, stay tuned for sure. That way you can win, right? Tomorrow, y'all, is Jamie Kennedy and Mercedes Javid. I mean, we all have been talking about the Mercedes Javid podcast that she does with her husband Tommy, how Till the Dirt, how Saturday she apparently got into an argument with him about Christmas lights and decorating and their son, and it rolled into other stuff. She picked up Shamps and left. And so Sunday night, when they normally record their podcast, Till the Dirt, she wasn't back yet. So I don't know if she went to a friend's house. Maybe she and her mom swapped houses. I don't know, because Vita was there, and Vita is doing the podcast with him. So interesting. Let's see. She tends to be very honest about her marriage. So let's see if she says anything tomorrow. Very interesting timing, right? Catherine says, why is Paige Davis on Jeff's show? So this is not the Paige Davis that is from that old flipping, that decorating show on HGTV. I get asked that all the time. She probably get asked it all the time. This Paige Davis, this one is actually younger. She's like 32, 28, something like that. I don't know how old she is. Anyways, she met, Trading Spaces was that show. She met Jeff as a cocktail waitress, and they just hit it off. And she's a huge fan. She's a Bravo fan. So he loves her. She's an inner chump. He's made it very clear she's invited to things, and I love her. She was so nice to me. She continues to be so nice to me. She's such a girl's girl. When they were talking about her being a bridesmaid over and over, It's because Paige Davis makes every person, male, female, older, younger, kid, feel included. And that is a characteristic that I think we can all aspire to have, right? I mean, she really does. Even Kristen Takeman made an Instagram story about her, and she was like, "Oh my God, she took me under her wing on the trip to BravoCon because my girlfriend didn't end up coming the night before. She had a free ticket to BravoCon, and she backed out on Kristen Takeman. Like, what? That's insane to me. Like, I kind of wonder what happened. Like, so crazy. Invite her to be a chumpette. I mean, of course, Pina, she is definitely a chumpette. So if anyone is new, a chump obviously is either Jeff's inner circle friends or family. He calls them chumps. Whole story based on David Bedore text. And then he also calls his listeners chump. Like if you call in, he'll be like, "Oh, you're a chump, whatever." So Pina, thank you. Shout out Pina. Months ago, a year ago, a long time ago, we were talking in comments on one of the lives, and everyone said, we need a name for ourselves. You know, like Taylor Swift has Swifties, Daily Dose of Donna has dosers. I'm a doser. Everyone, you know, the Beehive for Britney Spears has her group. Everyone has something. So Pina was actually the one that came up with the word chumpette, and we've kind of landed on it, and we sort of love it. So anyways, anyone, I mean, so many of the chumps follow me on Instagram, surprise me on the Instagram live, and they're just so nice to me for sure. I can't click on it. Morgan on Instagram says, what happened to the young hot girl who appeared on the show in the past? She has a big OnlyFans account. She would come on and give beauty treatment tips. The doctor, the Dr. Cat something. Thank you, Natalie, for buying a badge. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you for Lori and anyone that bought little hats and beauty things for me on TikTok Live. I don't remember who that is. Who has a big Paige Woolen. I don't know. She kind of died out, right? Not died out, but I don't know. I don't know what happened to her. I love that. Yes. Paige, Krista says Paige is a bona fide chump. She hangs out with Jeff outside of work. Yeah. So anyone that hangs out with Jeff is his inner circle chumps for sure. Paige Uncaged. Is that another one? So y'all have to remember, I didn't really get to listen to Jeff Lewis Live every single day until August of 2021. 2021? Yes, when I figured out the app, and then I could figure it out. Because if not, I thought I had to be in my car to listen to it, which is crazy. We're definitely going to get to questions at the end, but let's get through the after show with Monica Casey and Ryan Bailey. Y'all, if you're not listening, Jeff is coming on almost every single day and really vomiting information. I mean, the way he was talking today, they were talking again. Apparently, Sunday is the date where he's going with this younger guy. Did he say he was 30? Did he give us his date? Yeah, he's 21 years younger. Whatever that makes sense. I guess this guy's like 31 or something. And he's definitely going to a dark restaurant because he thinks that's going to make him look better. He definitely talked about Sam, the new social media guy. And he tells us our first story about Sam. So Sam, we now know, his car was parked outside of his apartment and somebody was drunk, sadly, and totaled his car. But for some reason, why wouldn't you get a rental car? Like, that kind of sucks that, first of all, it wasn't even his fault. Obviously, it should all go on the guy or girl who caused the accident, but he's having to Uber everywhere because he doesn't have a rental car from his car getting hit, right? So it just drives me crazy. Lori says that's too big of an age gap. So if you listen to the after show, Jeff was talking about a really good friend of his who's been married, I think he said 5 times. So that means he's been divorced at least 4. And he shelled out $12 million with the first wife. And then each wife after that was a lot less because he had prenups. So he's always thinking about money. I don't think Jeff is opposed to marriage, although he says that. I really think one day Jeff will come around to the idea of being legally married. I can see that happening for sure. Would he protect himself at all costs? Why not? Right? I mean, I feel like if you've grown, the only people, well, if you're going through a divorce, call Sutton Strack because she has got it down. She made it very clear on Watch What Happens Live that the 300 and something thousand a month she gets is actually way less than what she actually gets. And she said, yeah, women or anyone in a marriage needs to be very clued in onto the finances. But the thing about her and her ex-husband, she helped him grow that business. Well, Jeff has done everything on his own. So I agree that if he were to get married, he should protect himself financially, because unless that person helps him grow and make more money, that to me is the only reason you need to be paying someone, unless you've got a kid that you share. You know what I mean? Oh, it was actually a man and his 3 husbands. Oh, okay. So I thought it was, but I was saying that I couldn't remember. Anyway, so he tells that story about him. We get our first story about Sam. And I love that Monica was like, run, Sam, run. Like, oh, Cynthia says Jeff will never get married. He doesn't need to get married, Lydia says. Yeah, y'all let me know in comments. Should Jeff Lewis ever get legally married? Or do you, even if he should or shouldn't, do you think he will ever get legally married? I don't know about that either, right? Oh, Kaylin, if he's under 25, which he very well could be if he's a social media guy. I mean, he could be fresh out of college. They won't give him a rental car. It's the law. Wow, that kind of sucks that you can own a car, but because you're not, you can drive a car at 16, but you can't get a rental car till 25. Like if you got into a car wreck, like that's crazy. Yes, Darla says, name them, name them. Sutton needs merch with that on it. You know what? I'll try to pop into Sutton's boutique next time I'm in LA if I have time, and I will tell Demetria, I think is his name, Dimitri, if he's there, that she needs to make merch with that. I'm sure she's been told. I don't even think she needs the money. Like, I can't even imagine how much hand over foot money she has, right? So crazy. Okay, then on the after show, they talk about Ryan Bailey's 2020, what's called a basic Toyota Corolla, which is fine. It certainly beats, Jameson's 2005 Hyundai, right? But it does sound pretty basic. I did not know until the after show today that Ryan Bailey has been divorced. So I knew he has a girlfriend. When I saw him at the Jeff Lewis, the pre-BravoCon party, he actually told me that he and his girlfriend, I forgot her name. It's like Amanda or Rachel. I forgot her name. No, Rachel, Amanda, Robin. And no, it's none of those names. Anyways, they lay in bed and watch my TikToks at night before they go to sleep. And I did like a quick video, so like a shout out. I did like a free cameo for it. It was fun. Anyways, but I did not know that he had been divorced before. So got to listen to the after show, y'all. I'm telling you, it is so good. I personally love that it's different people every time, though, because I feel like they all bring something different to it. I'm not opposed to him still mixing up the guests, because I think some of them get along with so many different people. But let me know if you're listening to the after show. I don't know. I sometimes am busy. I'm always busy when I'm listening, but I can't recall if I've heard commercials lately. If we hear commercials on the after show, that's probably a really good sign that things are going well. If we keep only hearing SiriusXM promos, I don't think that's making any money for Jeff. So we need it to make money, right? For sure. Oh, Bab, shoot. I don't get the email. You didn't ignore tease. I can't wait to hear why it is. I don't get the email. Oh, on today's show, they were talking about the RSV, the email invitation for Hollywood House Lift. They said went out last night, and a lot of people aren't RSVPing because they said they didn't get it. So Shane was saying to go check your spam. So that's all we'll say. Beverly Hills is extended tonight. Oh, it's longer. Wait, isn't Real Housewives of Beverly Hills tonight gonna also have Morgan Wade in it? I mean, have y'all seen the clips? I know Kathy Hilton and Paris are out promoting. They were on Hoda and Jenna's show yesterday. They're on Watch What Happens Live tonight, but she is not holding back. I also saw her get interviewed outside of a hotel in New York, and they basically said, how was Kyle doing? And she really hesitated. Like she's going through it. You know what I mean? And then on the clip on Hoda and Jenna, I should have reshared this on my Instagram, but I forgot to. She basically says they'll probably get divorced because she says Kyle would never announce something like this or talk about it if she hadn't thought everything through. That's what I got from it for sure. Heather McDonald said she just saw Kyle and Morgan together in Palm Springs. Wow. Should have taken a picture with them. Kathy, yeah, Dolly girl. Kathy basically said without saying they aren't getting back together. Yeah, which I guess it could mean a divorce, or they could be doing whatever this nonsense Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith are doing. Now Jada says they're never going to divorce, but I guess they'll just have like an agreement, right? Is that for finances? Is that for religion? Is that for just aesthetics of like just knowing that your mom, so they can say, oh, we celebrated our 60th anniversary. I'm like, oh, you haven't been together for 35 years, but okay. So weird to me, right? I don't know. The images people, the perceptions people try to keep up with. I don't know. I understand everyone has their reason for staying married, but I just don't know why. Yeah, Michael says money and control. Who's in control though? Jada Pinkett or Will Smith? Like I can't figure them out at all. Nick James, Will's paying her off for airing his dirty laundry. Wow. We're not talking about this, but I just thought of some people that have DM'd me, or we're actually in the Jeff Lewis Obsessed Facebook group. There is an event for the December 21st Jeff Lewis live show. So we're talking about what hotel we're staying at, what plans we're going to do. We're basically making a mini chump event there, a chump out event there. There's also going to be a mini chump out event in New York City very soon, December 17th and 18th. So if you're in the New York City area, free your calendar a little bit for December 17th and 18th, because I'll be in town for a very quick trip. But some people still need tickets. So if you are selling your ticket last minute, put it in the Jeff Lewis Obsessed Facebook group because people are in there that still want tickets. Yeah, Chump Clump. I love that name. Somebody came up with that yesterday. Chump Clump. Monster Girl, which means like a chump of us, a clump of chumps. I love it. A commercial for wine. What is that? I don't know what that means. What else? I talked about Threads. Jeff says he's not going to do it anymore. Have you Googled? Don't even do it. There's YouTube videos, there's TikToks. The threads he got in his face, I can't believe there's no scars. I mean, or bruising. It's so gross. Oh, that's you, Tamra. Yeah, I thought, yes, it's Tamra. She has a different Instagram name, Monster Girl. I don't even want to know what that is. Just don't even Google it unless you are into pimple popping videos like I am, ingrown toenail videos. I have a strong stomach sometimes, but the threads thing put me over the edge. Somebody sent me a TikTok instantly months ago when Jeff was talking about threads, and I could not believe how it's intense. It's definitely invasive for sure. Oh, wait, what? Pat says, with Kyle and Mauricio's income, Herschel together. I'm pretty sure you don't mean Herschel. I think it was for wine. I don't know what that means. Are you drinking during the day? No, I'm kidding. He looks like he's had too much. Oh, joyful Karen. He's had too much plastic surgery. Is it threads? Yeah, he says now that he's starving himself and he's lost weight, he's got to get rid of doing the threads. Anyways, Sarah Colonna did not mention anything about Heather McDonald yesterday. Sarah Yetter. There's so many Sarahs and with an H that are Jeff Lewis chumpettes. Okay, we're going to make time for 1 minute of questions. If you have a question, please put it in here. If not, we're going to wrap it up. Make sure you're following me. Make sure you're clicking the like or the subscribe or the heart button on Instagram. Please make a comment. It all helps bring up the algorithm, like to help other Jeff Lewis fans find us quicker. Because if nobody comments and nobody likes a video, all the different platforms think, YouTube, TikTok, all of that. They think that no one wants to watch it. Morgan says, where'd I get your sweater? I've had this for like a year or two. It's a little short sleeve one, which I love. It's probably, it's Philosophy. It's Philosophy brand. So they sell that at, or I get it at Marshall's or TJ Maxx. I mean, I get everything there for like $16.99, y'all. $29.99 for a top is super expensive for me at those stores. Christina Myers says, I did threads. They're amazing and it builds collagen. Great results if done properly. It builds collagen? That's a good thing to have, right? Oh, yeah. Stephanie says Mauricio has a $45 million lawsuit against him. Is that whole real estate thing? Speaking of someone in trouble, Diddy is in trouble. I feel like I've told y'all, nothing can shock me. Well, it can shock me. Nothing shocked me more than Bill Cosby. I mean, crazy. Okay, Jay says, how is Zoila? We don't know. He never talks about it. Ches Blanco, I did not buy the plaid cupshe dress. I feel like it's one of those things, like growing up, I loved a movie called Savannah Smiles. If you've ever seen it, if you've never seen it, watch Savannah Smiles. It's a beautiful movie about being a good parent. Loved it from day one. I love the name Savannah so much. And then I grew up to have 4 daughters. I never named one of them Savannah because I felt like I loved the name so much. So I feel like I love that plaid cupshe dress too much to buy it. Like I feel like I just don't need to own. I would just love it too much. It's so freaking cute. What else? Do you think Sarah will become a chump, a regular? I do think she will, because at the end of the commercials and the after show yesterday, which is always so good, check it out on Jeff Lewis video on the SiriusXM app. You can see the pre-show, the commercial breaks, and the after show. So that's why I saw in the after show, Sam was like chatting it up, and he knows a lot of people in common that Sarah Colonna knows. So they were having a good old time, but I never really heard Jeff chat with them. So I was like, is he still kind of getting to know him? Like I think Shane was chatting with him a little bit, but not like a lot. Anyways. Sherry Lapina, Mauricio and the Great Gatsby property. Wow. $45 million lawsuit. That's crazy. Ooh, Kaylin says there's really cute plaid dresses on J. Crew. J. Crew's probably, I know, I say it's more than I want to spend. I know. I'm so weird with how I spend my money. Like, I know. I just like it on sale. Anyways. We don't know. Ches Blanco, are Sarah Colonna and Heather McDonald no longer friends? What happened? Somebody did send me a picture of the 6 of them, like Chris Franjola and his wife, John and Sarah Colonna, or his wife, and Heather McDonald and Peter out to dinner February 2023. Somebody said just recently they went to Cancun together. Now, I don't remember seeing that on Heather McDonald, but there was a brief period where she had me blocked, so it might have been posted then. I don't really know. Heather McDonald, somebody has sent me screenshots of the Jeff Lewis, of the Juicy Scoop Obsessed Facebook group and Sarah Colonna's Facebook group. And Sarah Colonna's adamant. Thank you, Steffi, for buying a fire. She's made it clear that she and Heather talked about her being on Jeff Lewis before the feud, Heather and Jeff feud, and then some other stuff happened, and they talked yet again. And she's adamant things are good between them. So she's very disappointed. I did see one post she made. She said, the way y'all are like coming at me about this, like there's nothing going on. Like it's not that serious, people. So anyways, that's what she says. But I do feel like she was great. I thought she was excellent. And I could see her mixing it up with other guests. Like I would love to see Sarah Colonna on with Paige Davis. I would love to see Sarah Colonna on with Kristen Tateman. Like I can see them. Obviously, Doug, I feel like just gets along with everyone. So I think you can place Doug with anyone, right? Oh, y'all like the lights? Okay, do y'all like? Tell me in comments. Do you like this twinkle? So yesterday I had a faster twinkle. Monday, I had no twinkle. They were just on. So let me know if this is too distracting. I know I'm going to get 700 different opinions, but majority rules. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Oh, Sarah Colonna and Justin Martindale. Of course, they'd be excellent. Anyways. Well, thank you so much for joining live. It is always more fun to join live. If you're on the replay replay crew, shout out. Please still like and subscribe and comment and all the things. We love still chatting with you. It is so amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you, Joyful Karen, for buying a badge. Thank you again for being just as excited as I am for getting this amazing opportunity from Em and Scott. And no, they don't live in New York City. They're flying in for it also. So to get to go to this $10,000 dinner with Jeff and Shane in just a few weeks. So anyways, thank you so much for being just as excited for me. I really appreciate it. Bye, Chumpets.